I can tell you that right now, in my mind, there's nobody else that you could put at number one but Saquon Barkley, who's had a season for the ages. Like, you can't just ignore a season for the ages. So he's got to be considered the number one reason why the Eagles are. But I got a surprise for number two. Maybe it's not a surprise. For me, the second most important thing with the evolution of the Philadelphia Eagles has been Vic Fangio. Now, am I rating him too high? I don't think so, because it's the defense, I think, that really has been the backbone of this team. He created a defense that took a while to get together, but once it got together, good Lord. And you could say, well, they added this guy, they added this guy, but you know what? That defensive coordinator has to get a lot of credit for molding the Quinyon Mitchells and the Cooper DeJeans of the world and the Nolan Smiths of the world, or anybody else, like even Jalen Carter, as good as he is, as pedigreed as he is, you know, that guy had to break through something to play as many snaps as he did. And I think it's because of how Fangio introduced confidence in the guy. And then you get to Zach Bond. So, I mean, you can go down the list of individual things. But for me, the top two things that have been created the evolution of a Super Bowl team with the Philadelphia Eagles has been Saquon Barkley and Vic Fangio. And for me, end of story. And we're going to break it down even further than that, obviously. But Bill, and Bill Calrollo's here, Ray Dunn is here. Hi, guys. When I say that those two things, how do you feel about that?
Yeah, it's hard to argue when you look at how this team evolved from last year to this year to say Saquon Barkley and Vic Fangio should be 1 and 2. And I don't know if I disagree with you on where they're ranked, but I think you could even go back farther than what just occurred with those two, not even hires. One was a signing, one was a hire. And back to what Howie Roseman did 2 years ago at the NFL draft, and then this past year at the NFL draft, because he really rebuilt that defense, adding young talent in 2 seasons. We all know he got Quinyon Mitchell, Cooper DeJean, and Jalix Hunt this year, and he got Jalen Carter and Nolan Smith last year. So as good of a job as Vic Fangio has done, what was the first thing Vic Fangio told us at his introductory press conference? What makes a good defense? He said good players. And I think Howie Roseman has given him good players. Now, it helped that Fangio was able to convert Zach Bond from an outside linebacker to an inside linebacker. He was able to do what you said, get these players playing at the top of their level. But for me, I think number one, it's got to be Howie. I got to put Howie at the top because last year he failed this defense. There was a severe lack of personnel on the defensive side of the ball. This year, every single position you could argue has a Pro Bowl caliber player. And what he did with the secondary, I mean, we're going into this game against the Chiefs, not James Bradbury with Quinyon Mitchell, not TJ Edwards, who had a good season, but Zach Bond, not Linval Joseph and the Ndamukong Suh, but Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis, Milton Williams, even Maro Ajomo. I mean, what he's been able to do to turn over the roster on the defensive side of the football has been an absolute masterclass.
All right, there's one thing, and I agree that he's picked some good players, but there's a good player. Supposedly, these are good players that are drafted all the time, right? They've done their homework on them, they draft them, and for reasons like for some reason they don't turn out to be right away what their draft status was. So to me, like I know Quinyon Mitchell came in as a really good player, and Cooper Jean, they had reputations. But it's how you adapt them into the NFL, I think, because Nolan Smith really took a while. Like he did, yeah. And he had a pedigree. Like Nakobe Dean, he took a while as well. He had a pedigree. So I think you almost have to go half and half. Yeah, okay. Howie brought in good players, but how did we know they were a good player until Vic Fangio got him in his system?
It's definitely a good point. I mean, especially you talk about the guys who had pedigree. Well, look at a guy like a Zach Bond who didn't have that pedigree coming here. And not only has he turned into a starter, he's turned into a Defensive Player of the Year finalist, which is just mind-blowing. And Fangio did take a 30th-ranked defense to number 1. So it's hard to argue that Fangio should be up there. You know, and I could say another one. I mean, I could throw out another one, and that would be the decision people are going to laugh at this, but the decision to keep Sirianni. And I'm not – this is not a Sirianni love. This is not Sirianni love. But where would this franchise have been if they had to go through the transition of bringing on a new coach, a new coaching staff? They may not be at the Super Bowl, man.
You never know, though. I mean, that's an intangible. They may have. They may have picked the right coach. You can't say that they wouldn't have picked the right coach because you do love Sirianni. So on that note, let me just I'm glad you brought that up. It's a perfect segue. See, we have natural segues here on the Mike Missanelli Show, which makes it a very good show. And I have no personal stake in that comment. But in the Philadelphia Inquirer today, there is a story that is breaking down this game. One of the planks of the story, in bold-faced type, reads the following. How will Kansas City cope with the indomitable genius of Nick Sirianni?
Mike, I thought it was a joke when I read it.
I think we all did.
I thought it was a
sarcastic
and you know me,
line.
I'm the biggest Sirianni guy going.
Right, from a snarky columnist. But instead, I'll just read it further. If there is one thing Sirianni is known for, it is his mastery of game preparation and his keen sense of how to attack an opponent. And then he goes on to cite some statistics. And these are poor statistics. He has won all 4 season openers in his career. He has won all 4 games after his regular season bye week. His teams dominated the 2022 divisional round, coming off a bye. All told, he is 9-1 in those situations where he has time to prepare, including a 38-35 loss to the Chiefs in the Super Bowl, where the Eagles' offense was nearly perfect. So his point here is, Sirianni, when he has time to prepare, slays teams, and he equates that with the term of indomitable genius. Your thoughts, Bill?
I will say this. I have expressed a lot of Sirianni love on this show, as everyone who listens knows. I'm not sure I've ever uttered the word genius when referring to Nick Sirianni. That's why
I'm the smartest coach in the world.
That's why I thought it was sarcastic, because I think Sirianni does a lot of things great. You know that. I think he's built a great culture here. But indomitable genius, I'm at a loss for words. I mean, I didn't write the article. People out there probably like Bill wrote it.
Listen, I got to be honest. He's done a good job. I told you, my eyes were wide open this year. He got the team to the Super Bowl. I'm in. I never looked at him, and the word genius never popped up when I look at him. Well, never did that word come up.
People in the YouTube chat are already saying this was a troll article. It was not a troll article. That's the beauty of it.
All right, yeah, there's a big show today. We got Torrey Smith coming on at 12:35. He's played in 2 Super Bowls. Got 2 rings, the one with the Eagles. We'll talk about the preparation these 2 weeks that these teams go through. And we are giving away another prize today. It's a pair of Luke Bryan tickets. Luke Bryan, the country star. I know there's a lot of fans of Luke Bryan out there, country fans. And he's coming Friday, June 6th. He'll be at the Freedom Mortgage Pavilion. For another chance to win tickets, you can go to our contest page at 975thefanatic.com. Tickets go on sale tomorrow. Ticketmaster, pre-sales happening today until 10 p.m. with the password OCTAVE. OCTAVE. Octave.
All right.
Now, here's how we're going to do it. We're going to play Gimme 3 today. I'm going to give you the college of a player that a player played for on both rosters, the Eagles and the Chiefs. If we give you approval that that's a good Gimme 3, you're a contender for the tickets.
This guy say whatever comes to mind?
Whatever comes to mind. And we go, if it's clever, if it's good, we go, okay, you're a contender.
Like if you said Temple, and I responded, Ray Dunn, John Kincade.
Right, you could go to Ray Dunn. You don't have to go to sports thing. You could go to something, you can, with Temple. Wait, you want to go to Bill Cosby? I don't know if you want to do that, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Bill Colarulo, law
right.
school.
So it's wide open for your identity with that particular college, which may be a particular state or whatever. All right, is that good enough for you?
Yeah, I think it'll be fun.
All right.
And a good tickets. Luke Bryan's a big guy.
Yes, 610-632-0975. And also on the other side, a clarification on whether Bills had proper usage when he said farther instead of further.
Well, I'm usually good at that, so I'm curious if I said it the wrong way.
I don't think you were very good at it. But
farther is a distance. Further is diving deeper into something.
All right. 610-632-0975. It's the Mike Missanelli Show. Back after this.
Next week.
Hey, everybody, it's Bill Colarulo. Thanks for watching. We appreciate it. Make sure you like and subscribe to our channel so you can engage during the show, and you're not going to want to miss all the content that we post. It's not only the live videos. It's videos after the fact. It's our shorts. It's all the content you want as a Philadelphia sports fan. Looking forward to connecting.